of the Empire State Building.
Z100, New York.
So, are you going to promise me that you're not going to be so good that I have a job coming back after this takeover here, Max?
Man, I mean, no one's going to know the difference. Which Max is taking over?
But I'm saying you've already got skin in the teeth,
Nah,
dude,
baby.
or skin in the game. You took over our iHeartRadio countdown not
Dude,
too long ago.
I could never do what you do, baby. So much respect. I love getting to visit you and you hold it down. So thanks
Give
for
it up
having
for
me.
Max
Let's
in the
go,
studio,
hey.
please. Let's go with
New
this,
York,
man. Let me do this.
Reppin'.
Welcome home.
Thanks, brother.
Dude, let's say Hell's Kitchen, right around the corner.
Die Hard Knicks hurts every day, but we'll get there one day.
I know,
we'll
man.
get there.
That number 3 pick, dude.
Hey, no, I think RJ's sick, but I just think we still got some time.
All right.
I think it won't be as painful one day, but I wish our free agency was a little different, but we still living.
Want to say, growing up, living Z100, being a
Yeah.
part of this station since its inception, man. What's it mean to be here in the studio and given the reins to take over for the next hour or so?
Dude, it's a pleasure. It's an honor. I'll never forget the first time that I heard, Lights Down Low properly on the radio was when I was driving down the West Side Highway heading home, and I heard you guys playing it, and that, I'll never forget that moment of my life. And it's like listening to the station, Elvis, everybody on it growing up, it shaped who I became. So I appreciate all the love.
Well, today we're going to talk about this Intimate AF tour.
Yeah, man.
We're going to talk about how yellow became the distinguishing color that you know what I mean? Not only do you wear it on your shirt from top to... Did you buy the car, by the way?
I didn't buy the car. No. Rented for the day. I was on what's that app? What's that great app that I got it for $40 to rent for the day?
Word.
What's that one
Get
app
around?
you can do?
I don't know. I use Get Around sometimes, but it's like just
somebody
real quick
knows
you
it
can-
that's listening. It's that app where it's basically you rent other people's cars.
Yep.
And it was the day of my LA show, and we rented
whip
it
it
for
around
$40.
the yellow dog.
Shout
It fits
out
perfect for
Yellow
that.
Camaro or something. It was delicious. It was right for the brand.
Also, one of the big things about what you do, not only just creating music, but you listen to music, you live it. It's a part of your DNA, man. I and your fans also want to know some of those things, some of those songs that you put your stamp of approval on.
Yes.
Those songs that you kind of just, I don't know, you get ready to, or when you're ready to kick back with the family, you're listening to in the background in the house. So
Man, nothing like Beyonce in the morning, baby. Let's go.
gonna play from your personal
Let's
playlist.
go.
All right, dog?
Let's
You
go.
cool with that?
I'm ready, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, Max is taking over tonight's iHeartRadio 9 at 9 on the world famous Z100.
Z100.
So here's what I want to just dive headfirst into. Man, this tour, dude.
Yeah, man.
Intimate AF. First off, the word intimate. What's
Yeah.
it mean for you to not only be one of those artists who can perform in front of 70, 100,000 people, but then also scale things back and create that energy, that same type of connectivity with these intimate AF crowds?
It's so special because, I was out of the game for a second. I had this surgery on my voice. I couldn't speak for 4 months.
Yep.
And I had just done I had done a tour that was bigger for me, and it was really special. It was so warm to have so many people come to the shows. And then coming back to put out Love Me Less and this new music, I felt like I wanted to sort of start over. I wanted to express this new life, and in doing so, sometimes when you play for giant arenas, it's so incredibly special.
Yeah.
But it almost, you forget, you want to connect with that person in the very back, and you try to, but
It's
there's
tough.
nothing like being in an intimate space
Yeah.
and being able to see pretty much every face and be able to really feel the energy of every person in that room. It really reinvigorates your love for what you're doing. And so that's why I wanted to start this whole new era with some intimate shows.
And when you do that, I've been in the crowd. I've seen some of those smaller, and the way that you interact with the crowd is so incredibly special, dude. To watch your words and to look in the eyes of someone that's maybe 15 feet away, and to know that they've not only seen you in New York, but they've seen you in Columbus, Ohio, that they've also followed your path to be in West Palm Beach.
Mm-hmm.
When you get to see those familiar faces in your heart, how does that feel when you think about the way that your songs are connecting?
Oh, so special, man. It really takes you out of yourself because it makes you realize that person and their story and their life, and getting to be a part of their soundtrack while
Yeah.
they save lives as a nurse, or while they are, just being baller scientists, or just, being a badass construction guy. It's so cool that those people. I have an anesthesiologist who comes to a lot of our shows.
Really?
And I'm always like, that's pretty tight, man. You just listen to the music, putting people to sleep, making sure they're good
That's
to go.
rad.
And he parties. This dude parties at every
Yeah.
show. He goes so hard in the front. He comes by himself. He's like 6'4". He is amazing.
bro.
And knowing those stories, it makes me so happy to know that those individual people are not just like audience members.
Yeah.
They're people with stories, and those stories inspire the stories that I hopefully can create music with that then goes back to it's a cycle that keeps going.
They
and that's
become
what it's
family,
about.
man.
They
when
do.
you know what I'm saying, when you see dad in the back and he's throwing up the forearm and there's the pitchfork. When you see the girl,
vest.
yeah, you know, so you see the young woman that shows up to 4 or 5 different shows and she's got it on her calf or on her wrist. I mean, it's just you're building this sense of community, dude, that is just unrivaled, bro.
Totally.
And it's so cool when I get to be there to witness some of these things happen. To those fans, to those family members who know that part of you, they may not know the music that you ride to, dude. So here's where you're going to take over. We're going to play from your personal playlist, man.
Let's get it, boo.
What's
Let's
one of
get
those
it.
songs that you just love right now?
Gosh, I'm gonna go with. So I've actually been working on some new music with this amazing artist, and
Okay.
And I think she's just like she's blowing up right now, but I think she's gonna keep blowing up, and it's been cool to see her rise. But her name's Kim Petras. If you don't know already, that's
Kim
my girl.
Petras is solid.
That's my girl, baby. And
Yeah.
and yeah, you know, she's got a great new record out called Clarity. But this song is from before Clarity. It's called I Don't Want It at All, and
Okay.
it's man, it's spicy. It's got some tasty lyrics in there, and I hope everybody gets down to
all
it.
the anecdotes. I'm
Get
loving
into
this, man.
it.
Kim
Get
Petras
into it.
is a situation, ladies and gentlemen. Because Max wants to hear her music on Z100.
Let's do it.
We're gonna play it on Z100. I'm
Shouts to
loving
Kim.
this.
Shouts.
Yeah, we got Max in studio taking over tonight's iHeartRadio 9 at 9, and I've been sitting on this question since we've last seen each other, man. Yellow, it's become a part of who you are, dude. How many other colors did you go through before you settled on yellow? And why?
Honestly, yellow was the first one that I've never really done a full commitment to a color for
Yeah.
a full album. And I woke up and I knew it was it. And it was funny. There was a little, with every little step in my career, I love working with the people I do, but sometimes I get a little pushback about an idea.
Yep.
And this was something that I went into, and there were some questions like, oh, why don't we go with a different color? Yellow's kind of hard to pull off. And I was like,
No,
it's
it's not,
yellow.
though.
Yellow is
No,
it.
it's not, though.
It
You're
makes
doing
me, it gives me hope. I think I chose it because after going through this dark period, having that reminder for myself that there's always hope, and that
Yeah.
color represented that. I think it was both a representation of reminding myself I get out of that dark place, and also it's just a fresh color to find lots of getting the nails painted with it. It feels good.
It's fire when you pull it off, bro. And
Thanks, man.
I've got one hoodie. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Shout out to my dude Logan Henderson. I got one yellow piece
Yes.
that I'm loving, dude, and that's the one thing that makes me feel like, damn, I'm pulling off my other Max
Yes,
vibes
you
right
are.
now.
Yes,
when
you
I
are.
do it, dude.
We're finally getting yellow stuff together for all the merch because it took me a sec. It took me a
How
sec.
fun is it to be able to have that team behind you who really supports your visions? Although there are those times where there's some creative, but that's just a part of being an artist. But when everyone is finally like, all right, we trust that this is what you love in your heart, this is what feels right for you, for them to support your decisions like that. What's that mean to you from your side of the table?
It's incredible when you have to surround yourself with people you really trust always and love and appreciate the opinions of, even if they disagree. And that's everything. When they do sometimes disagree, but you fully believe in something and they support that you believe in it. But then there's other moments why you have those people around you is so that they can put you in your place and say, listen,
Hey, Doc, we got you.
I know that you are into this, but like I'm
a
really
professional
think
at this. I got
exactly.
you. Yeah,
that goes for everybody, man. That if they're the right people, then you really have to trust. Sometimes you bring them around you so that they really make you feel your best self and bring your best life, and that's not always easy. Sometimes those are the people you want to keep honest with you. So that's it's amazing when everybody comes together though. When my mom and my wife and my dad and my team, everybody's into one thing, there's something special I know is happening. Which is
I'm gonna
so
talk
sick.
about one thing that everyone is behind, and Love Me Less, dude.
Yeah,
I know
man.
you're gonna probably tell me to play this song throughout the hour, so you better. Let me do
Let's
that
go.
there. But I do want to talk about this one thing. How special does this song feel for you right now? And the fact that you got Quinn on it with you too, man. He's been grinding for such a minute, and it's so cool to see the two of you guys have this instant connectivity. Was it instant?
It was, luckily, and this whole song was so organic, and I think I learned from prior experiences, like with Lights Down Low, the story that so many already knows, that I wrote it for my wife, and I proposed to her with it, and every step of the way I was fighting for that. There were people that were telling me, oh, no, man, you got to be like a single young pop star. You can't be all these things. And I learned with this record, there were people being like, oh, you got to get, a more well-known feature on it. And I was like, man, Quinn he just was my homie. He texted me one day saying like, oh, I heard the record. Can I try something on it?
Yeah.
And he did. And it just, every bit of the experience has been such a pleasure to have him a part of. So it definitely taught me that you need to, sometimes it's all about being authentic with it.
Yeah.
And he was so amazing to be a part of that story. And why the record was so special for me to put out was, again, I took a second off where I didn't know if I'd ever be able to sing again.
Yeah.
And I wondered if my fans would go away, if people would love me less because this new chapter in my life, and I had this other team I was with for like 5 years, and they didn't want to work together anymore right when I found out. And we all go through those little traumas that you stop. You're like, whoa, you don't see it coming, but it makes you stronger. And in the end, you know, on that end, I knew the right people wouldn't love me less, and that's what the song's about. The right people won't love you less; they'll love you more for what you've been through.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the real story behind where the song came from, which is always something I tell, is that you know, I had this ex who wasn't happy with our breakup. And my wife is from England, and she threatened to get her deported, and it was like real wild, and I knew she didn't mean it, but my wife didn't know that, and that was the other part. It was this relationship that I knew this is the person I'm gonna have children with one day. I hope that you don't love me less for this baggage I bring to the relationship, and when it's the right person, you accept all the baggage and you love them more. So that's what the whole record is.
Man, I get goosebumps, chicken skin, when I hear you tell that story, man, because I just know how beautiful and how pure and genuine the love between you and M is, and it's just like the coolest thing to see, dude. So congrats
Thank
on
you,
that,
brother.
bro. We're talking music here with my man Max. Now we're playing from your personal playlist, brother. What else?
Well, I feel like since we just talked about it,
do we go into it?
Let's go into it.
I'm with this, man.
Let's do it.
This song is so special. Go ahead and set it up and introduce it on the world famous Z100.
Oh,
man.
Z100. What's up, baby? New York, hometown. This is my brand new song, Love Me Less, on Z100. Let's go.
How nervous? Let me ask you this, dude. National anthem, Major League Baseball All-Star
so
game.
Nervous.
Millions watching, dude. You stepped up and you nailed it.
Thanks, man.
I can't tell you how proud I was to turn on the game and see that. How nervous, how honored were you to be asked for that honor as well?
It's the greatest honor to sing our national anthem, and you want to do it justice for all that serve and for all that love our country. I mean, that's the real thing. But then on the other end, it's I don't know any singer out there who doesn't get nervous for it. The second I got it, they were like, "Yo, they want you to do it that they want you to do it at the All-Star game for baseball." I'm like, oh man, I was nervous a month before. I had like all these other gigs, not nervous for anything but that for like a month. And luckily, because you know everybody knows this, but like the national anthem it's like you can only do it well. You can't do it you can't do it incredibly. You can either suck, either you really screw it up, or you do it. You're like, oh, he did all right. He did well. It was good. You do, so it's like every note is so. It's the song. It's the most judged song in the world.
For sure.
I would venture to say it's the most judged, and so many people, you know, you choose each note. You're like, I want to make it my own, but I got to keep it real. So, it was an honor to sing it, but it was definitely the most nerve-wracking thing up until. Yeah, and I do this thing where I'm always like checking energies. I'm making decisions on everything.
Okay, yep.
And it's anything from like how I wear my sunglasses to like what note I sing to what amount of water I drink
how
before
am I stepping into this when I throw the shoulder shrug into it?
OCD in every moment. They were like telling me where to stand before, and I was like, oh, I need to stand here.
Yeah.
I was freaking out. But luckily it went well, and I didn't know though. This is the one thing. When you do the national anthem, it's a lot of echo. A lot of people don't maybe realize that you hear the echo. And luckily, I had in-ears for this one. I've done it before where you don't have it though, and you just like plug your ears and hope for the best. But in this situation, you know, I'm doing it, and nobody told me there'd be fireworks midway through the song. Nobody tells me there's gonna be fireworks. And midway, I'm singing. I hit the brave note. Boom, fireworks. And luckily, I didn't get affect it didn't affect me, but in the back of my mind I was like, were there supposed to happen during this? Why didn't anybody tell me that there were gonna be fireworks? And then they have the jets. You're just it's such an honor, but also you live every second as if it's dog years. They're dog year seconds.
It took forever. Like literally, you aged 17 years, dog, in the amount of time it took you to sing that song.
You feel it every second. And then I'm in it, and I'm like, oh, I'm doing it already. Wait, I'm singing the song. Oh, don't forget the lyric right now. Please don't forget you're singing it. Wait, but you're done with it. Oh, you did. Okay, you can leave now.
I feel the pressure for you, dude. To know that, you know, you were bestowed this proper, you know, he's the guy that we want for this.
Yeah.
That must have felt like like the most solid sense of validation. Not that you were searching for it at any point, but man, that must have been just so heart-filling to think that, man, right?
Oh, it was incredible, especially because I knew there would be like, who's Max? Like all those. I love those.
Yep.
I've gotten used to those where I'm like, yeah, what's up, baby?
Yeah, I got it. Yeah,
you know who it is now.
This is Max.
You know who Max is now. But
Yeah.
but prior to it, you know, it is. It's like, wow, those are the little moments where you feel very honored that someone would choose you to do something that you love. I mean, in the end, and so it was beautiful. It was
Dude,
sick.
all right, yo, there's no fireworks with this next
No
song,
fireworks?
bro. We're not gonna surprise you with anything.
You don't have a
dude.
firecracker over there?
Nah,
just in
man,
case?
I don't have any party poppers, none of that right now, dog.
Yeah.
What's next on your playlist as you take over Z100 this hour,
Man,
bro?
I'm gonna say YBN Cordae just put out this record. So tasty. Man.
Yeah.
It feels so classic already. And of course, I'm such a massive Anderson .Paak fan. He's such a
Congrats
legend, man.
on a Grammy for him too, man. I just
course.
know how special it was for him, and to take the photos with his son was so sick too.
I love seeing art. There's so many artists right now. Lizzo, him, so many artists that have just been in the game for so long and are finally getting the attention they deserve. And he's no exception. Anderson .Paak, what a man. And then YBN Cordae, I'm really just getting more used to his music. I think this record's going to change his life. Obviously, people are really getting used to it and getting to know the name. And this is their song together, RNP. Let's go.
do it. We haven't turned up the level just a little bit,
Yeah.
just enough yet. Party pupils, man.
Yeah,
Another
man.
thing that a lot of us who have become fans of Max really know, that there is this B side. Would you call it the B side?
Yeah, it's like an alter ego. I guess it's all neon and we have Lights Down Low side for Max, and then for Party Peoples we started with this Miss Jackson remake, and it's all future funk, and we just like getting people dancing, baby. So it's fun
to be able to to explore that part of the creative brain. What's it mean for you and Rye to be able to do that and to really turn up and take things to a whole nother level and to have fun on that on that side of the fence? It
fulfills you in a different way. I think it's always. I think everybody should have two things to go back and forth between. Be focused, but also it's therapeutic to have something, a hobby, whatever it may be, on the other side that really takes you out of the pressure of the other world that you're in. Because with Max, I love the pressure, but it is nice to have a very different style of music that doesn't require the same pressures, that doesn't require the same needs to sound a certain way or videos to be. It's a different freedom that I really appreciate, and it's so fun to do it with Ryan because he's with me at every show anyway for Max. So to have this other alter ego that we can just bring to a random nightclub and have a very different experience. I just dance around and do some breakdancing. It's fun.
It's hella fun, bro. I mean, it's just, if you have not experienced a Party People's show, put that on your bucket list, dude. Just because it takes you just to another level. It takes you to another place where you're the release. I don't know, the word that I use is release, man. It's like you get there, you're at the show, you're watching the vibe that comes off stage. The both of you guys are singing. You know what I'm saying? He steps from behind the decks and he does. It just is such a you need that in your life.
Thanks,
every
man.
once in a while, man.
Yeah.
And
Dude,
you do it right.
Thank you, man. No, it's the truth. I think we all could use a little fun on the side, and that's that's what it is for us. It's so nice to put it out, and he just finished the new song we're putting out in August today for Party Peoples, which is cool.
Really?
So that should be fun.
Yo.
Yeah, man.
Do we get a title? Do we get
it's called Bite My Tongue. Little cutie little dance number.
That's it. That's
little
all we
dance
need.
number.
That's
Let's
all
go.
we need.
But yeah, man, it's super fun.
Take it over, man. More music off of your personal playlist, Max. What you got, dude?
Man, this beautiful gentleman. I've known these guys for a long time. As many know, if you know me, I'm very fun size. If you don't, I am fun size. I enjoy. Shouts to my fun size humans in their cars wherever you are in the world. Embrace your body. But these guys are far from fun size. The first time I met them, we took a picture together and it looked like two different species of human. But I'm getting in the studio, I think, in a few weeks with Luke, the Five Sauce guys, 5 Seconds of Summer, my boys. And they've just been really kind over the years. It's cool to see that they just, they keep releasing great stuff. They're great people.
Yeah.
I'm always delighted to be with them. I was at the urinal next to Calum the other day at this award show having a nice talk, and there just couldn't be cooler dudes. So I love that this song is blowing up because it's an earworm. It gets more delicious with every listen. So let's get into Easier by 5 Seconds of Summer, baby.
Yo, couldn't have said it better myself, man. Here are the guys. It's from Max's personal playlist on Z100. Your playlist is lit. Let me just tell you
Thanks,
that much,
man.
bro. Yeah, man. And
we do a different one each week, actually, with Ryan and I. We just started this little a record label. It's like a brand. It's called Color Vision Records. That's what I put my stuff out and the Party People stuff out with. But we do a different playlist with friends each week, so we'll have to have you up to one.
Yo, and let me know. Give me the deets on that because super sick. I'm all about getting to know friends of mine now. I mean, I hope you don't mind me looping you into you're my friends group, dude.
Always, baby.
Yeah, always, right? So I love getting to know this part of the personality, you know what I mean? Because there's so much that you give to us with your own creative thoughts, with what you're doing, telling your stories and all that stuff. But getting to see that there are other people who you just love to be inspired by, you know, to be, you know, just to be fans of somebody else's, dude. Seeing this part of your personality is super dope, dude.
Same, dude. Hey, man, we gotta all support each other. Don't you want? It's, you know, you got to be focused to create what you want with your life and be really not self-involved, but you need to be selfish in certain ways to make sure that you're doing what you're doing in the way you need to do it. But in the other way, if we're not supporting each other, then who's experiencing what you're working on, unless you do that.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that this one artist, one time I was doing an interview with them when they said, so somebody said like, oh, what music are you listening to? And they're like, oh, just my own album over and over again. I was like, that's cool. Maybe listen to some other stuff too. I don't know.
When was the last time you?
Like,
that was last time you sat down with Kanye? Is that what it was?
Hey man, love what you do, but I mean, maybe listen to some other stuff. But yeah, no, I love getting to see people rise, and it's so cool to see people create music and then you know it's gonna blow and you believe in it and then it does, and there's something really nice about knowing that you believed in it before everybody got onto the hype, or just loving what you love even if other people don't love it.
Yeah, no, that's why I getting the opportunity to talk to artists like you and having us as fans of yours, you know, be able to be like, damn, man, you know, we find our connectivity with not only just your music, but who you are as a brand. I mean, I know it sounds a little kind of,
totally,
you know, but just still, I mean, to know that, man, Max loves this song too. What? Oh, so I didn't realize that Max was a fan of YBN Cordae as well. And that stuff right there as a fan, you know, it's just like, man, it makes us feel even more like family, which is why I love doing this. All right, let's cap the countdown, man. What's that song that last one that you got, man? It just is really it's your jam right now.
Gosh, this one is infectious, man. I met this dude for the first time recently, but we work with some similar people, and it's been cool to see his trajectory. He's definitely been putting out beautiful music, and similarly, he went through a trauma around the same time I did last year. Like, got in a really crazy van accident and ended up being okay. But I think you can hear in someone's work when they've been through something that really makes them have a new appreciation for life. I think, you know, I think you can. I think, you know, we should all go through a little trauma, enough to appreciate where we're at. Because we keep running and running. And if you don't stop, you're never going to stop running and never know what's around you. So this dude, this song, I love bumping in the car. His name is Kuko. And this is Bossa No Se off his new record.
Yo, if y'all can see his face when he introduces this song right here, man, you just the amount of pride that's
feels spicy when you say it, man. You feel delish.
Man.
You're like, ooh, Bossa No Se from Para Mi, baby. Let's go, New York.
There it is. Let's go, New York. All hour long, you've been just slightly less qualified than I am. Thank you for letting me keep my job.
Dude, man, I'm learning from the master, the master Maxwell.
But I'm saying, like, I say that all the time when I play your songs on the radio. I'm like, man, this is the Max that can hit the high notes. I'm the one that presses the buttons really well. So I'm glad to know that that's playing out the right way.
Man, your swag is unrivaled. Always.
Dude, I got to, since we're in the legendary Z100, I'm going to ask you one last question, man. I want you to just keep it all the way 100 with me, man. Legendary Z100. We're going to keep it 100 with you, Max.
Keep it 100, baby.
You've got one of these songs, man. Lights Down Low is a record that is going to go on music history. It's connected to so many different occasions. It's one of those songs that we're going to be listening to in the year 2038, like it's brand new. First off, this isn't the question, but how does that feel to know that you've created a gem like this?
It's outside of myself. It's so special. It's what life is about, man. Connecting with people, hearing that maybe they're using it at their weddings, or it's a part of their lives. That's what you can only hope as an artist, that something you put out there transcends yourself and becomes everybody else's as well. And I think maybe it's because I'm an only child, but I'm so obsessed with that human connectivity of oh man, we're a part of something together. That's so cool, you know? Being a solo artist and an only child, I'm always trying to make people feel a part of it, because I don't ever want to be lonely with it. I want people to feel a part of it. So the fact that people are so connected with the song, whether they know it's mine or not, is such a fulfilling feeling, because that's all you want. It's your baby, and you want it to do well.
Yeah, you want to graduate. You want to go on. You know, cool.
She's graduating. Get out there, Lights Down Low.
Go ahead, live life.
She's
baby.
living her Harvard life. She just got to business school.
Here's where I want you to keep it all the way 100 with me, man.
Yep,
You're gonna be singing this song forever.
Yep.
Have you gotten sick and tired of singing this song yet, dog?
I'm so lucky I haven't, man. It really is something that I am not tired of. The only thing that's tough is when I do it on morning shows and stuff where there's some real high notes in there.
Yeah, man.
And I've been trying to like figure out how to like do it differently, you know, sometimes. That's really the only thing. Like it's like 6 a.m. I'm on some morning show. I'm like, I'm not hitting that high note today, baby. Not right now. I haven't had enough coffee yet for that. So I do. So I'll bring it down a little key and maybe I'll miss one little note. I'm like, it's cool. It's cool.
It's early in the morning, man. All right, so you're not sick of the song just yet.
Not just yet, man. No, I feel for artists who have like a song that they have to play forever and they hate. That's why
man.
Don't put out the stuff. That's, you know what? That's something I would say I've learned in the artist game. Don't put out a song just because people are like it's gonna be a big hit. Because you're gonna have to sing that thing forever. Whatever music, whatever thing, whatever video you put out into the world, what you would want someone to connect with and also say to you like, oh, I saw this or I heard this and I really loved it. And if you have no connection with it, man, I promise you it will leave an empty pit.
Yeah, damn, dude. That's right there. That's a gem and a half. Damn, dude, I didn't realize that. Okay, I got one more thing before we say adios, man. I mean, we can sit here, we can chat we can take 24 hours Z100 Max and Max takeover.
Let's go, baby.
But Love Island UK, I had to slide into your DMs, let you know that I was watching, bro.
Yes.
Acid Dreams was on the show.
So
she
sick.
thick though, you know what I mean? On the little scene that I had to put. But yo, when you see your music connecting on so many different platforms, not only here in the States, but across the globe, dude, that's got to be the coolest thing, right?
Oh, it is truly the coolest thing. Like I said, my wife is British, and so her biological father has 3 little kids. They're all the Weasleys. They all look like the Weasleys. They're out in UK. They're living on a beautiful grassy knoll in Brighton, England. And that is who told me about Acid Dreams being on there.
Were the ones that
literally, my I guess mother-in-law, one of my mothers-in-law. If that's what you say, is that what it is?
Yeah.
She's one of my mothers-in-law. She texts me. She's like, "Oh my gosh, they played it for 2 minutes. This is crazy."
I was so hyped to get home and watch it when I saw your Instagram story.
I was so tight, making some love to the music on Love Island. That's all you can ask for, baby.
Yes.
You know, so I appreciate it, and Love Island it's an addictive little piece, man.
It is, man.
Show.
Yo, it's a show. It's an addictive piece. You've heard me talk about it, ladies and gentlemen, for a long time, man. Yeah, this is Love Island. All right, so let me shut up, man. Why I wanted to bring that up is that you've been able to, traverse the globe, man, and to do what it is that you love to do, that you were put on this earth to do, and to let that be, you're a vehicle, man, and it's not that you're doing it for yourself. It's that you're doing someone else a bigger power's work, and you're sharing your talent with us across the planet, man. How proud are you? Do you take those minutes to sit back and say, like, man, I'm proud of what I get to do? Do you get to have those times?
So grateful for it, man. I love that I get to do it and then have the balance to get to share it with my family and the friends and the people I love, and I think that's the greatest goal. That's happiness in a nutshell. Sure, could we all be more successful or want more or whatever else?
Yeah.
Yes, but if you get to a place where you get to do what you love and people are affected in a positive way by it, and you get to share that with the people you love, that's happiness and success to me, and I'm very lucky that I get to live in that zone. So I only hope the best for other people to live in that zone too.
Because you put that kind of energy out is why every time I press play on any one of your records here, whenever I'm seeing another, tick on the box of a success story, man, when I'm watching the shows continue to sell out, that's what I love most, is because it comes from the right place. And I know I've told you this before. If not, I want to reiterate the fact that and us as fans, we're so proud of you because we all know that it comes from the right type of a dude. And just thanks for not, wavering away from that line, man. And you got forever fans in all of us, dog.
Same, brother. Feelings mutual.
Open door policy.
Thank you, baby.
And one last thing, I'm just so glad that you're not that good at my job, because I'm, you know what I'm saying? I'm slightly concerned.
Dude, I'm always a humble guest to be on your show, baby. Always. Thank you.
It's my guy, man. Whatever you need, you know what you need. You know where to come, I should say, is we're here, man. So whether it's Love Me Less with the homie Quinn 92, when Acid Dreams becomes a thing, man, we're going to be there for it. And, gosh, man, just come knocking, and the door always unlocked for you, man. I'm saying it right here to the camera. You guys know
That's right.
This is my family right here.
Hell yeah, baby.
Max, baby.
Thank
Welcome
you,
home, dude. Thanks for hanging.
From the top of the Empire State Building.